30. Love. 40 love. Game McEnroe. Up 15.
McEnroe already in dominant mood, taking that ball extremely early. He's going to press the server, force him into making hurried passing shots. And as Lendl prepares to serve, brilliant sun shining now. He's 22 break points. So what a happy start for McEnroe there. Then we're feeling very uneasy on the serve once or twice losing his balance on the first serve and finishing rather badly with the double fault. And McEnroe now serving in the shadow of the giant scoreboard. This time of the day tends to envelop that part of the court. The terrific scoreboard there, right above that enormous bank of people. First stage of the match, and Lendl looks just a little bit bemused back at in the receiving end. That call not to the liking of the crowd, or perhaps McEnroe. Certainly Lendl didn't seem to... there's the man in the chair, beyond Lipton, Texas. But Lendl didn't go across to cover it.
leads 3 balls.
Don't think there was any doubt that that was out.
There's another Phelps upset. You're right.
Looked like it was just out to
I
me,
thought it was
but
out.
I think it gave Ivan a bit of a scare.
Normally, when you have a ball, a really good play on a ball, you don't let it go because it can be very close. If it's way out, obviously, you just let her fly.
Now, the natural inclination for Lendl on this type of point would have been to hit the forehand, wait till the next one comes back, and drive it again into the next corner. In this match, he's decided to come to the net behind those drives and rely on his volley. Getting off to a bad start like this, Tony, it'll be interesting to see if Lendl will keep up with that aggressive game plan or revert back to what comes naturally.
Find Tony Roach sitting in the stands and get a signal for the curveball, you know, some change up or something.
McEnroe leads 3-1.
So far, McEnroe has been serving much better than he did yesterday against Lendl.
Hadn't lost a point on his serve yet.
We are experiencing technical difficulties with the sound portion of our broadcast. Please do not adjust your set.
makes it 4-1 McEnroe. First ace by Lendl, he took a little something off of that.
That still goes pretty fast.
Sure does.
So if you do that and get a much higher percentage, then you're certainly going to be more effective. I expect we'll see a fair number of double faults out of Lendl today because of the pressure McEnroe puts on your second serve.
Watch McEnroe moving in now, inside the ball. It's an awful pressure to have to face, isn't it? And then you start thinking, well, gee, I better get my first serve in.
The other thing is, too, that when a fellow like Lendl takes a pretty big swing at it, a pretty long backswing, and when you rush like that, you don't have time to make that long swing and be accurate and consistent with it.
That would be a good tactic, Tony. To serve and volley maybe a third of the time. It's not
or half, and just mix it up some.
Yep. Just keep him guessing a bit. I think a serve and volley on the second serve every now and then will keep him guessing too. Got to do something. You can't just let the opponent chip and charge you all day.
And McEnroe's not chipping it either. He's drilling it and coming in.
That is a heck of a return, you know, when you're moving forward like that and to be able to generate that amount of power.
McEnroe 7-3 Grand Slam finals. Lendl 1-6. Won the French.
Well, you read that perfectly then.
U.S. Open finals. McEnroe's won 4 and lost none. This is his 4th U.S. Open final. He has not won one yet.
King Lendl.
4-2 McEnroe in the first.
McEnroe leads 4-2.
See McEnroe call for an extra ball. He looks and he wants to get the ones that are the fastest. I mean, the nap is not puffed up on as much, so they can serve it better.
9 U.S. Opens for John McEnroe. 50-4 his record.
Didn't Jimmy Connors break the record during this tournament? Vic Seixas had won 75 matches.
Right. Jimmy has 77 now. That's the record among the men.
Ivan's parents, both tennis players.
A shot like McEnroe just hit there, he took very little backswing. And do you think he gets a lot of power, Tony, with that loose restring? He's got it strung, a mid-sized racket strung at about 45 pounds, which is incredibly loose.
No question, he gets the slingshot or trampoline effect. Ball sort of sinks in and is thrown out. That's why he doesn't have to take as big a swing. It amazes me how he can control the ball as well as he does.
40 love.
Ivan started to argue and then quickly changed his mind. 40 love. 5 straight years McEnroe has been seeded number 1.
Well, Lendl still hasn't won a point, but he's played 2 good points in that game, in this game so far. That backhand return, although it missed, would have given him a lot of confidence.
That would have too.
And the passing shot he tried earlier in the game that hit the top of the net and just bounced out was well hit also.
Game McEnroe.
That makes it 5-2 McEnroe in the first set.
McEnroe lead.
He leads Ivan Lendl in the first set 5 games.
First serve. Love 15.
That was a little ambitious on McEnroe's part.
15 all.
See, both feet off the ground here. Doesn't make a deep return. It's inside the service line. Grandmother can pass you from there.
That's a tough play.
I tell you.
Just drop the ball a little short in the baseline rally. It's a winner. Very confident shot to be able to bring that down the line.
Now here's the real challenge now. The kind of a second serve does Lendl go after. See McEnroe probably trying to come in behind the return.
30 all.
He had it in mind.
Just put a little bit extra spin on that one, Lendl. It jumped up, kicked up at McEnroe's racket a little quicker than he thought.
Well, we've been doing a lot of talking about McEnroe and how well he's playing. He's only has 1 service break. Lendl holds here. It'll be McEnroe serving at 5-3, so it hasn't been a blowout by any means.
Those of you who watched the Cardinals beat the Browns in overtime, 27-24. Welcome to the finals of the U.S. Open of 1985. Ivan Lendl against John McEnroe. The action's in the first set. Lendl serving at 2-5.
He went to the slice approach shot that time. Good variation. It's when you see the racket head come under the ball. Good slice on it. Makes the ball bounce very low. It's difficult to play passing shots off that. see how good McEnroe's approach shots have been up till now, because if he drops them at all short, Lendl will pass him.
It's a bit of a kamikaze raid. There's Davis Cup captain Arthur Ashe. It's a situation where you're on the move, you're coming in, and you're going to come in whether you make a good shot or a bad shot. You just hope that you make something pretty good.
Good volley. Advantage Lendl.
Key here is how deep this ball goes and how far back McEnroe is behind the baseline. It's pretty tough to pass anyone when you're 8, 10, 12 feet behind the baseline. It's because of a good deep shot by that gentleman.
Game, Lendl.
You had him dead.
He had the right idea, didn't he?
Sure did.
Well, he had other options, too.
McEnroe leads 5-3.
5-3. McEnroe leads. We look down at the Throgs Neck Bridge over the Long Island Sound.
15 seconds.
Both players going to the towel, and McEnroe to serve for the first set. Incredibly, he has not lost a point on serve yet. And this is his 5th service game.
So much for that streak.
Love 15.
Nothing lasts forever.
Bet you do.
First serve.
Every time you call West.
Love 30.
First real test for McEnroe here, and the point you made a while ago, Tony, if he were to lose his serve here, it would be not good for him, because he's dominated this set so far.
Well, it seems like it, but he's, like, again, he only has the 1 service break. He has been awesome on his own serve. Out. Triple break point for Lendl.
Love 40.
Excellent return from Lendl then, and he's adopted a stance just about a foot further back than what he was in the first few games. That seems to be working for him. He's not quite on the baseline by the time he hits the ball. First few service games, he was on the baseline or inside the baseline trying to hit it.
And really didn't get many on back in play.
Missed it. Lendl.
Lendl gets his break. McEnroe leads 5-4 first set.
15 love.
First service points 1. Lendl normally tosses the ball a little bit higher than you need to toss it, so he's sitting as it's coming down.
Love.
Appears he may not be tossing it quite as high as he normally does, but it's still higher, I think, Nuke, than you really need.
It's dropping a foot and a half or so before he actually hits it. When McEnroe serves in the next game, we'll have a look at his toss, see where he hits it. It's been a funny first set, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Good control here off the half volley.
40 love.
This part's easy. McEnroe can't get back in time. He just wisely makes a short backswing and punches it into the open court. A little smoother stroke that time by Lendl, not as flailing and wild as he was early in the set. The Rocket Rod Laver, the only man in the history of this game to win the Grand Slam twice. Don Budge, the first one to do it. And, of course, you have to win the Australian, the French, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Supposed to be done the same year.
Used to be in the same year.
Right.
They sort of revised that a little bit.
Game, Lendl.
5-all. Now you see a dogfight because Lendl settled down.
5-all.
He's into it now.
And the crowd's starting to get into it, too.
That may be one of the strangest first sets I've seen so far. What was it, 12 of the first 13 points were won by McEnroe. He won his first 4 service games to love.
How about the women's final yesterday, the first set?
That went up and down, didn't it?
5 love.
5-5.
Love.
Take a look at the toss here from McEnroe, Nuke.
Yeah, let's see where he actually makes contact with it. Big rotation, isn't it?
Yeah. See, it's barely
just
dropping.
Just started to drop.
There is no advantage to tossing it higher than you can reach fully extended.
I find a lot of club players have a hitch in their serve because their ball toss is too high. They have to hold their racket behind their head while they wait for the ball to come down.
I think it's a lot of the reason they drag that back foot up and then have to sort of wait until the ball comes within reach.
First serve.
Well, that's a good shot. Great cut.
40 love.
Looks so easy to do, some of the shots he plays.
All the good ones make it look easy.
from your local station.
McEnroe lead.
Shows you how good you are when people say you had a bad tournament. You won one and lost in the final with two others.
Right.
Lucky break for Lendl.
15 love.
When you're serving to save the first set, nothing better could happen here. McEnroe was sort of on it. He was looking for the down the line backhand passing shot. A lot of people think that that's the one Lendl prefers to hit. Scored him 3 or 4 times on that second court by serving the second serve a little harder and nice and deep and into the body on the forehand side. That's 0 for 3 in this game so far on first serves.
Point away from a tiebreaker.
Game, Lendl. Games are 6-all. The tie-break, McEnroe serving first.
Of course, in the tiebreakers, the first player to reach 7 points with at least a 2-point advantage. The McEnroe entourage.
McEnroe has won 7 of 11. He'll serve 1 point.
He won a crucial one in the 5th set against Shlomo Glickstein in the first round. He wouldn't be here. That's right. Tony Roach in the bottom left of your picture and Tatum O'Neill behind you.
1-0, Lendl.
Tony Roach, former Australian Davis Cupper, now coaching Ivan Lendl.
Yeah, McEnroe covered a little territory on that point.
He really did. I was looking for Lendl to come in about halfway through. He hit a really good forehand. I thought he might follow it in. But he won the point anyway.
Now he'll serve 2 points. 11 and 4 in tiebreakers. It's his second ace.
He took a long time to serve that ball, too, didn't
2-0, Lendl.
He's very slow, very deliberate.
Bounces the ball 4 times, and then he'll be ready to go.
It gets the sawdust out.
A little routine. Strings.
Rebound, Lendl.
Ivan made a good half volley that time. He didn't hit it hard, but he got it deep.
3-0, Lendl.
McEnroe hitting off the back foot.
This would be a real bonus for Lendl if he could win this set. Sure didn't look like it about half an hour ago.
Sure didn't. Like he was going to be blown away.
Lendl.
Long set. They've almost been playing for an hour.
Got a late start because the court was wet.
Extra duty topspin on that forehand made it dip real quickly. He's a looping swing. Watch the reaction. Yes, he says. 4-1 Lendl. Ivan's parents. That'd be tough sitting out there watching your, one of your kids playing in a major championship. My dad got a little gray prematurely.
Forehand.
Players change ends after 6 points.
5-1 Lendl.
Lendl leads at 5-1.
I don't know that there's anyone playing that hits the forehand any harder than Ivan does. There's another look. He steps around. This is what he likes to do best. Overpowered McEnroe. We'll see what his reaction is. Oh, yeah, let's get to the other side and get at it.
Super volley that was.
Quite a comeback by Ivan Lendl, and he wins the first set.
No, I beg your pardon. He's got
6-1
6-1.
Lendl.
He's got 5 set points. It was an excellent first serve, too. Again, not hit as hard as he can hit it, but with plenty of speed on it, backed it up perfectly.
Okay to say it.
15 love.
Hour and 1 minute for that first set.
Love. Love. Game, Lendl.
Lendl wins the first game of the second set. McEnroe to serve. Ivan Lendl's on a roll.
Well, I think he's done two things. He's made two changes. One is he's standing back a little farther, as we mentioned earlier, and he's also not taking the same big, wild swing, a more controlled swing at it, using the speed that's coming from McEnroe's serve and trying to get good direction on it.
It's a pretty good swipe at that one.
15.
Very confident right now.
He had won 9 straight points, but he missed that one.
Goodbye.
Do you think Lendl's got a good backhand lob, Tony? I don't think it's that accurate.
I've never thought of it that way, really, but he's certainly a well-rounded and a complete player.
Oh, good volley. Well, Coach Roach will be pretty proud of the volley he's doing right now. That's an area of the game they've been working on. And
here's a lob that worked this time. Drove McEnroe away from the net. And in comes Ivan. There was a good deep volley.
Coach Roach. That's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
There was a very famous Coach Roach in Los Angeles, used to work with Jack Kramer. A lot of people out there who are no longer with us, but he was a good one.
what about the effect on McEnroe, Tony, having lost that first set when he too must have thought it 5-3 when he hadn't lost a point on serve? Well, I've got the first set in the bag, and all of a sudden here he is a set down.
Doesn't help your attitude much, I'll tell you that. But
you really have to regroup.
Sure, but they're both fighters. Concentrate well. Break point for Lendl. There's another look, Nuke.
Advantage Lendl.
Yeah, well, he didn't have much room to work in here because McEnroe got back very quickly. Ivan hit it a little higher than he intended to, but it worked out well for him.
Break point. A companion of Ivan Lendl.
That last volley that McEnroe made, he didn't hit it short on purpose, I don't think, but it worked out better for him than had he got a little deeper. Lendl might have gotten his racket on it.
First serve.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to say he was... That looks nice, doesn't it?
A little water skiing on the sound.
I don't think I'd like to say that McEnroe was nervous on that volley, but it wasn't with the authority that he sometimes hits.
Another break point for Lendl. We talked about
Advantage Lendl.
Lendl's preference going down the line with a backhand. That was obviously cross court and just hit about as hard as you can hit it.
serve and volley here?
I doubt it.
Big choice.
Lendl.
Get out. Lendl gets a break. Leads 2-love in the second set.
Lendl leads 2-love.
McEnroe's not getting a good percentage of first serves in, and he's paying the price. See his reaction, both feet off the ground. Give the rack a little bounce.
So Lendl with a break. Saw someone do that once. It came up and whacked him right in the chin.
The complexion has changed
Considerably.
Boy, it's a... Look at the winners.
John McEnroe Sr., Patrick McEnroe on the left of your screen. Obviously concerned at this stage.
Double fault. It's just Lendl's second. 30-15.
Good second serve. Punishing.
Going again to the body on the forehand side.
That was so deep with a lot of pace on it. If you keep serving like that, it'll make McEnroe have to change his tactic of trying to come in right off the return, make him start the rally. Ivan Lendl. Lendl's won the first 7-6, a tiebreaker, 7 points to 1.
15
When was the last time, I know that Connors or McEnroe has won the U.S. Open men's final every year since they moved to this place? Well, I'll ask you in a minute. When was the last time two non-Americans won the U.S. Open?
And played in the final?
Right. One.
You mean for men and women?
Men and women, yes.
30.
I don't know.
Duke, do you know?
I know the last time I won in 73, Margaret Court won.
Well, that's non-Americans.
Was it 73?
Was that the last one, though?
That's the last time.
Also, it's the last time a right-hander won.
Here we are. Our own John.
Lucky I knew the answer. I had to think for a while. Long time ago.
Mark left the quad part of the line. It's the only mark there. The quad part of the line. Right? Even though I hit an ace, it has to be second serve. She's sure of her decision. Is there any time where they're not sure of the decision? Has there been one occasion throughout the tournament they're not sure? They're 100% sure every time? Even if it's on the line, they're 100% sure. Is that what they tell them, that they're 100%?
This is where the umpire, Leon Lipp, has to get him going, give him the 30-second warning.
It's been about 55 seconds so far. What are you talking about, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
15 seconds. Ball. .40-15.
One time when we were on a Davis Cup mission, I asked John, I said, when you argue like that, does it ever occur to you that you might be wrong? He said, no.
That he was honest.
Yeah.
Game McEnroe.
Second ace by McEnroe, that makes it 3-1. Lendl.
Lendl leads 3-1.
Quite a few errors flowing from McEnroe's forehand side, Tony.
Yeah, his effort at taking the second serve and come in behind it has not worked lately. It's started out very well. It's fallen off drastically, and part of that is because Lendl has served so well.
30.
The forehand seems to be flying. Most of the mistakes, he's hitting over the baseline.
30 love.
Be a long way back for McEnroe if he gets down 2 sets to love. It must have taken a little bit out of him yesterday. He was behind all the way against Lendl. 2 sets to 1 and a breakdown on the 4th and the 5th.
40 love.
He's being overpowered at the moment. Not. McEnroe thought it was an ace. He's asking the umpire to overrule on a ball that's so close. But they're not supposed to rule on something that's that close.
Wasn't far enough on the line?
Also, Lendl's waiting for a second serve.
He ought to get 2 serves. McEnroe has given him the point.
McEnroe will serve at 1-4. We're in the second set. Lendl won the first in the tiebreaker.
Got the ball on a string at the moment. There's Tony Roach, my old doubles partner, who's this year taken up the position of acting as Ivan's coach.
Doing a good job.
That's not hand signals. Roach is not into hand signals.
15 all.
3 aces by McEnroe.
This is telecasters going back to Australia. People in Australia are thinking that Tony looks very thin. He is. Lendl's got 6 German Shepherds in the house. And
They eat all the food?
Roach is scared to go to the dining room. I think he just locks himself in his room. One area of Lendl's game that they've tried to work on is the volley. I mentioned before, I think they should be pretty happy with that today so far.
He's also been on a physical fitness campaign. Lost some weight.
And he feels quicker and stronger. McEnroe's first serve has deserted him, so he's given Lendl a lot of swings at the second serve, and Ivan's taken advantage of it. Double break point for Lendl.
Deuce.
Well, I think that perhaps gave an indication of the confidence of Lendl. Having a go at the lob when it was dropped about a yard inside the baseline, rather than letting it bounce and giving McEnroe a chance to get back into position. Didn't succeed, but it showed confidence, I think, Deuce.
Advantage McEnroe. Game, McEnroe. Lendl leads 4-2.
Well, there's a chance there for Lendl. He had a couple of break points at 15-40. It used to be the break of service that McEnroe so dearly needs.
Long. All.
McEnroe certainly timing that one properly. The whole shot looked typical McEnroe. The preparation, the swing, the timing, the movement, everything right about it. Now, I wonder if that's set him up for a run of the games.
Not up. (30-15).
Good hand there for the Lendl player. Fine, solid backhand volley.
(40-15).
play on lip here, ignoring all McEnroe's histrionics.
Forty 15.
Seconds. That's right.
Hit the top of the net.
He's like he's juggling. I know. I don't see
what that is for.
I don't know. He keeps doing it. And they rub the ball against the shirt sweat. It sort of brings the nap down a little bit.
Lendl leads 5-2 in the second set. We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
Lendl leads 5-2.
McEnroe serving at 2-5, second set.
With new balls.
Love 15.
McEnroe into the net in the second set. 21 times, only won 7 points. Very low for him.
Lendl just hammering those returns. McEnroe's up to 68% first serves in the second set. He was down around 50 or so in the first set. He's still in big trouble. Before the match, I asked Bob Howe, the tournament referee, if they have broken the attendance record. He didn't have the figure, but he said yes, by a large margin. There have been huge crowds.
Just about every day it's been
40-30.
a total sellout. Very near. Total attendance, they were talking about getting up close to the 500,000 mark.
McEnroe.
Lendl leads 5-3 in the second. He won the first set. 7-1 the tiebreaker score.
Lendl leads 5-3.
These are final scores. The Giants shut out Philadelphia 21-0. St. Louis in overtime over Cleveland. New England over Green Bay 26-20. Ivan Lendl serving at 5-3 in the second. He won the first set.
This is where McEnroe stood in the first set, serving at 5-3 for the set. And at that stage, he had not lost a point on his serve, and he got broken to love.
15 love.
84 is total. Tennis here was 431,067.
That's some shot.
That was a very brave shot from Lendl coming in and swing volleying at the ball from the baseline. He got pushed back to the back of the court here. He's in a little bit of trouble at this stage, although good shot here, set it up, and then moving in. That's a tough shot to hit.
15 seconds.
Swinging, driving, topspin volley's not what was normally taught.
What was the 15-second call for then?
I guess he was telling him he had 15 seconds to serve.
Right.
Let's. Oh, great shot.
And it's triple set point for Lendl.
What a super passing shot this was from Lendl. A little bit of room across court, so he goes that way. Now, there's just a tiny little bit of room going to be there across court if he can get the topspin on it to bring it down quickly.
15 seconds.
It's the only way you can get that kind of an angle with extra topspin. McEnroe was really waiting, covering down the line, because he thought Lendl was going to get there late. So we're back live at triple set point.
Did it again.
Same shot. Second set goes to Lendl. Wills at 6-3 and now leads 2 sets to love. Opening day in the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings upset San Francisco 28-21. Detroit over Atlanta 28-27. The Bears beat Tampa Bay 38-28. Pittsburgh 45-3 over Indianapolis. 47-27 Kansas City over New Orleans.
Good net play then from McEnroe, because the last two forehands from Lendl had gone for winners across court. There could have been a temptation to look for that one again.
Seattle beat Cincinnati 28-24. And Houston upset Miami 26-23. 40 love here. McEnroe serving. First game, third set.
Just missed.
McEnroe's got on a dry shirt. McEnroe wins the first game of set number 3. Lendl leads 2 sets to love. That's the season premiere.
15 love.
That time McEnroe stood way behind the baseline. There's our women's champion in 1985, Hannah Malikova, and her coach on the right, Betty Stova. Have to be two very, very happy ladies.
Hannah has to be pulling for Ivan. She's, of course, from Czechoslovakia, and so is he.
That was a strange position for McEnroe to stand in on the previous point. That far behind the baseline.
He's trying to change things up, I guess. Take Lendl out of his rhythm.
Yeah. 30-15.
That's the first one he's really timed for some time.
Got to give Lendl credit for that, because he's really served well. His second serves have been heavy and deep, but he's mixed it up.
I suppose the other ones were out also. Oh, you know that one was out, right? And I'm supposed to have complete confidence in what you say after you miss blatantly easy shots. I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, you're right, that water's out. Good job, umpire. Thank you. That's what I'm going to do. That's a very good job.
It's 40-15.
Serving a lot of second serves to McEnroe's forehand.
Games are 1-all.
It's been successful for him.
Indeed it has so far.
McEnroe's made him go for the good second serve because he's been attacking off of it, and he's responded very well.
Quiet, please.
McEnroe would like the game to be going, with him getting a lot of first serves into play and coming in for the cross-court volley. Certainly makes a difference when you got a lot of first serves in.
When you're a player that relies so heavily on the serve, as is McEnroe and Lendl, the better they serve, the higher the rest of their game goes.
I need some good calls, okay?
The best way to get those is to hit it in the court, then.
I need some good calls.
All of us do.
Hey, McEnroe.
Tony Roach has been working on that volley. You can see the results.
When you come in on such a good shot, you're pretty apt to get a higher ball to volley. That's why we talk about the approach shot so much.
McEnroe continues to try to press the attack here. That was off a first serve. He came in then. Pretty risky against someone who passes as well as Lendl. I guess he's got to do something. 2 sets to love down.
Yes, he does.
Would you advise him to do anything different at this stage, Tony, or just keep the game plan up?
I think I'd, particularly off the first serve, I'd try to get it back and play and rally some. Try to move Ivan and rally him, because he's been coming in on some shots that land a little short, and he's been paying the price. Of course, it's easy from up here.
Well, it's hard not to keep up with that game plan of constant attack because it's worked so well for him over the last 2 years against Lendl.
Today's a different day.
Lendl's a better player.
You bet.
Game Lendl.
It's 2-2 in the second set. 4th ace for Ivan Lendl.
Game clock 2-all. Quiet, please.
Just too good. That's sort of frightening.
Up 15.
Well, he hit one across court a while ago. This one down the line just as hard and just as effective. Started off in the first few games of the match, didn't he? Just drilling the ball, and we were saying he was sort of flailing at it a little bit, but really got his timing going since 5-3 in the first set.
You need first serves desperately.
He's got a good point there.
McEnroe is never going to be lonely. He talks to himself very well, doesn't he?
He's starting to answer, too. That's what scares you. Oh.
Desperately is right. He needs first serves right here. See him take a little bit of extra time here. As loses this point, it could be just about it.
There's where Lendl has to be careful, keep his concentration.
15-30.
Talk about taking a long time between serves.
McEnroe. 3-2 in the third. McEnroe leads.
When Lendl's gotten in, he's won.
Out. 15 all.
That's fourth quarter score. 28-0 Raiders over the Jets. Denver leading the Rams 16-10. San Diego over Buffalo 14-9. All those in the fourth quarter.
Every point now absolutely key for McEnroe.
15 seconds.
I was just thinking he's in the fourth quarter, really. You know, time's running out on him. Four double faults
30
for Lendl.
all.
It's 30 all.
Men's singles final. U.S. Open of 1985.
Terrific stretch by Lendl.
It was, but it was not a good shot from McEnroe. Let's have a look at what his options are. Certainly not that one. I think he should have probably hit it hard with topspin.
Here's another look.
Good anticipation anyway.
And you see the excited reaction of Ivan Lendl, who's serving at 40.
Game, Lendl. Games are 3 all.
Very rarely to see McEnroe miss time a half volley as badly as that when he's really trying. He hasn't had a break of service since the second game of the first set. And very, very quick reflexes on McEnroe's part.
And another view from the airship of the dome that dominates this site where 2 World's Fairs have been held.
Net court judge on the head, didn't it?
Yep. Didn't even look. Didn't even flinch. Too good.
Sticked around that. He was way over in the alley. He took the chance.
30 all.
When you move around a ball like that, you've got to try to hit a winner because you're opening up the court.
Out. 40.
The shot that's been troubling McEnroe all day, the forehand drive. So many of them have gone long over the baseline.
Pretty good chance for Lendl here. Swing of the second serve at deuce.
Advantage McEnroe.
Good second serve.
I think McEnroe fooled him by going out to the forehand.
Had a lot of work on it too, didn't he? A lot of spin.
Game McEnroe.
Game to McEnroe. We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
Years ago, come from 2 sets down and win it in 5. 3-6, 2-6, 6-4, 7-5, 7-5 in '84 in Paris.
McEnroe got even when they came here in straight sets.
Good high backhand overhead by Lendl. Never seen him do that much, the fist clenching. He obviously wants this badly, as he said earlier. This is not where I was born, but I live here and I like this country and would love to win this championship.
Playing well.
I don't think that McEnroe realizes that Lendl's at the net here. She starts back. See, now Lendl comes forward. John thinks he's making an approach shot and looks up, and there's Lendl making a volley.
The ball's past him.
Outsmarted him. That's 40 love.
Talk about fist clenching. I think I've seen more fist clenching at this championship than ever before. Seems to be in vogue today. Maybe Boris Becker started it.
Almost like he had surrendered the...
Much effect yet. They are on. Lendl holds, and it's 4-all. Third set.
That second serve was as hard as his first.
4-all.
Goodyear blimp close by. Shea Stadium in the background, LaGuardia Airport over right behind that. McEnroe serving 4-all.
Both players at 57% of first serves at this stage. Not great.
Phil Necro of the Yankees got his 299th career win. Both the Yankees and Toronto won, so the Yankees are still a game and a half back.
9 in a row for the Yankees.
15 all. 15 all.
Their winner by Lendl.
And another clenched fist. To that second court, he's been returning the swinging serve very well. It seems to me like McEnroe isn't getting quite as much swing as he normally does, Tony.
Yeah, I think John would be smart to serve it into the body a little bit more, or Yvonne can't take that nice full swing at it.
Waited for McEnroe to make the move. Keep your eye on McEnroe at the net. Plays the volley. Now the backhand pass down the line. Now watch McEnroe. He'll make a move. And Lendl just gets his preparation, gets his racket back early. As soon as he sights McEnroe moving to cover the down the line, just flicks it across court.
McEnroe's backhand volley didn't have much on it and was landed short. Gave Lendl one more chance. Well, if you don't think this is a crucial time here, 4-all, 15-30 in a second serve.
He's fighting rear guard all the time, isn't he? He was love 30 a couple of games ago. And a second serve.
Double fault. That's his first one.
And two big break points for Lendl.
If he comes round serves for the match, he's going to be shuffling those balls in his hand, isn't he?
Ivan's parents hardly stand a look. Great anticipation.
30-40.
Lendl had a choice. He could go either way with it. McEnroe guessed right. Still break point.
What is it? Something loose in there?
Hey.
Just missed.
Another swing at a second serve.
He's moved around a couple of these. Hit some big forehands down the line.
Team Lendl.
Lendl breaks. He leads 5-4 in the third set of the tenth final.
New balls, please. Lendl leads 5-4.
It's in. Slightly mishit. Hey, Roach, you're getting excited there.
15 love. Love.
So 3 championship points for Lendl.
Quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Well done, well done.
Lendl wins 7-6, 6-4. Thank you.
So, a remarkable victory for 25-year-old Lendl from Ostrava, Czechoslovakia. He wins his second Grand Slam title, having contested now 8 Grand Slams. And he scores 7-6, 6-3, 6-4. And the tie-break score in the first set, 7-1. And that really has been a remarkable performance by a man who never once wavered even under the severest pressure from McEnroe at the beginning of the game, never once wavered and kept his cool all the time. And today we see McEnroe as a man who has really not found his form. He's not found perhaps his fitness, and he was trying as hard as he possibly could. He had a hard match before this, but there he is, a somewhat dejected McEnroe, a 4 times winner of this championship.
Sad side of John McEnroe, but what a night for Ivan Lendl there. I think when that match began, Mark Cox, you doubted whether Ivan Lendl was the man for the big final, the big occasion, and that opinion must have changed.
Well, it certainly has, but I think the track record establishes that fact because of the 6 major finals that he's played in 7, winning 1 against McEnroe, the French, but at the 6, he actually has been a relatively tame runner-up and 3 consecutive times in the US Open. So I don't think really that one would be backing him under any circumstances, and particularly when you consider that McEnroe, the times that he's played in the final, 4 times, he's won it. So it was quite a remarkable victory, but I think full marks to Lendl, the way that he played. I mean, he played with a newfound confidence, which I think we've seldom seen in major titles. It's been very much apparent in smaller events. Over the years, he's had historical series of victories. I think he won 65 matches in a row in one occasion between 1981 and 1983. So he clearly has phenomenal ability, but he's never been able to string it quite together in that fashion in a major
Yes,
match.
that was the principal difference we really saw in Lendl tonight. Confidence and aggression, particularly on the volley.
Yes, and he was threading those passing shots with pinpoint accuracy, but as you quite rightly say, I think the volley was the most exciting part of his game. On one occasion, McEnroe and Lendl were together at the net, and he out-volleyed him, McEnroe, so that must have given him enormous encouragement. But I think over the times that we've seen it at Wimbledon, clearly the volley has been the shot that he's played with very little confidence, and I think now we can look forward to next year to see how well he does on grass.
Yes, this is the US Open that he wanted so desperately. What can he now go on to achieve?
Well, I think clearly, from his point of view, he must now have tremendous confidence in himself, and he must believe that he can beat anyone on any surface if he sets his heart to it. And this victory, I'm sure, will be quite a turning point for him.
I think we can return now to the scenes at Flushing Meadow as they're setting up the presentation there. The very dejected figure of John McEnroe. What a strange mood he was in today.
Yes, it was quite extraordinary. And in fact, he conceded a point on one occasion, which is relatively unique now in modern tennis. I think
to say the least.
Mats Wilander was the last person to do it some years ago in the French Championships. And then he was sort of joking with the ball on the baseline before serving in the 3rd set there. So he was in a very sort of a mellow mood, somewhat similar to his demeanour at Wimbledon.
Almost looked a disinterested mood, almost like the expression he's wearing at the moment.
Well, I suspect, I couldn't help feeling that perhaps he's now found that there's more to life than winning tennis matches.
You're not thinking of Tate, am I?
Well, I think it's possible. It certainly is a major transformation in his attitude. He's far less intense on the court. He has had altercations with the umpire, but they have been very sort of low-key for John McEnroe and relatively civilized in his case.
Question mark over McEnroe's fitness, I think, in recent weeks.
Yes. Well, obviously, coming into this match yesterday, having had such a grueling contest, and the temperature was enormous against Mats Wilander, 115 degrees, almost 4 hours, didn't help him. And when you're tired, obviously mentally and technically, the game tends to break down. But as Dan Maskell pointed out in the commentary, I think he's only played 16 matches, 16 tournaments throughout the year, which is a relatively small number of events. And also, he's now ceasing to play doubles and has never been a great practice player. So perhaps fitness is something that he'll have to work on.
Well, the pre-presentation formalities are almost completed. Let's return to Flushing Meadow and Dan Maskell.
Well, there's the dejected McEnroe.
John?
Takes half the prize money.
A few words, please.
Well, I don't think I've ever received this much money for losing, so...
Just £70,000.
I want to thank all the sponsors of this event and all my friends who came out here to watch. To look for a minute here like the ceremony was going to take as long as the match, but I want to thank my parents for having me and giving me this opportunity to be here, and Tatum for being here with me. And finally, congratulate Ivan in a great match, and I think he deserved the win today.
Well, nice, gracious words from John McEnroe. Not easy for him as the champion.
Now, Pat, I think you have a check for the winner, Ivan Lendl.
That's right, Tony. The winner's check, ladies and gentlemen, for $187,500.
And that translates to about £140,000.
And now to present the trophy to the winner, the President of the United States Tennis Association, Mr. Randy Gregson. Randy?
Yvonne, congratulations. 2 times a bridesmaid. This time you did it. 3 marvelous sets of tennis.
Well, in fact, it was 3 times the bridesmaid, and finally he did it, but never mind, Randy.
Ivan, the 4th time was the charm. I know this is one you wanted very badly. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that I have won this tournament. I was trying for a long time, and you know, I would like to thank all the people who were helping me in my tries to get this wonderful trophy, and also all the people for coming out here. And I just can't describe how happy I am winning championship of this country.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Congratulations. Now back to you, Patrick.
So, there he is, the man who won 7-6, 6-3, 6-4, a surprise victory, and a real reward for hard work and intelligent application.
So the end of a US Open that's put a pretty severe dent in American supremacy in the sport. Double check at Flushing Meadow. Hannah Mandlikova won the Women's Championship yesterday. Tonight, it's Ivan Lendl, his first US Open title. From Mark Cox and myself, good night.